Are you interested in real estate investing but not quite sure where to get started? Do you want to get the know-hows on creating ongoing passive income using the buy and hold strategy? Hi, I'm Janice Bowles, licensed realtor and co-founder of B Premier Ventures, a real estate development and consulting firm where we buy and beautify distressed real estate, renovate it, and resell for profit. With over 15 years of investing experience, B Premier has extensive knowledge in rural land development, fix and flips, and rental acquisitions. B Premier's current portfolio consists of properties within Florida and Virginia. Our firm's services includes investor project consulting, project management, and group coaching. For more information, visit our website at bpremierventures.com and schedule a complimentary discovery session or subscribe to our email list. It's free. Follow me on Instagram at Janice Bowles for additional real estate investing tips. B Premier Ventures, we buy and beautify.
Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode of Let's Do It Talk Show. It's your girl, Ladrine Howard Peterson, the CEO and founder of Do It, delivering on ideas and thoughts. And you know what I do in a nutshell, right? I help to turn dreamers into doers, and I do it from two aspects. I do it from the aspect of career development. Resume writing, interview preparation, you have an issue on your job or you looking to switch jobs, I am your girl. And also from a business aspect, if you're looking to start a business, you are looking to expand your business, or you have ideas and thoughts and don't know how to start a business, I'm your girl. I'm your girl. Here on the Let's Do It Talk Show, we were primarily created for entrepreneurs, right? But we quickly realized that an entrepreneur is a whole entire person. So we focus on faith, we focus on finances, we focus on the future, and we focus on family and relationships. So this month is February, right? So I know you all missed me last week. I missed you all too. Life happened, so we didn't have the show last week. But here we are this week. It's February. So February represents Black History Month, African American History Month, and also the month of love. So we will be intertwining these topics all throughout the month. And so today is Money Making Monday. So we're going to be talking about money. We're going to be talking about money with the gurus, but we're also going to have a little bit fun. So make sure you stick around and you pay attention and you are engaged because we are going to have some fun. So before I get into the show, you know what I do, right? Normally I talk about my weekend and share about all the ideas and things that I did. So, you all know I'm going through something with family, so I'm living life and I'm doing the life thing. So I didn't do too much cooking. However, I really enjoyed restaurant week. So I splurged every day. I ate out at the various restaurants and got some wonderful and delicious meals. And then also I wanted to make sure that we take a moment to pay tribute to the iconic Cicely Tyson. Many of you know that she is definitely one of my favorites, and I had the opportunity to actually go and hear her speak in 2017. And she left with us so many different thoughts. And the main thing that I took away from her was always to be humble. And give back to those who have given to you and those who have paved the way. So in her 95 years of coming up as an actress and just the humanitarian aspects of her life, just wanted to share some pictures and just pay homage to her because she is definitely an American icon, not just Black American, but an American icon. So so we're going to have some fun all throughout the month. So heads up, if you want to be included in the Zoom room, next week's title is going to be Married to the Game. And we're going to be talking about how spouses or significant others or people you're in a relationship, how they deal with the other person's success, and can they deal with it. So we're going to have a whole panel. It's an extension of the female versus male battles that we have. So that's going to be interesting. We have a couple people. I think we have 4 more slots available. So if you're interested, send me an inbox message, and then we'll make sure that you're included and you get the information to be in the Zoom room. But let's get down to today. It is Money Making Monday, and I have with me my gurus, my financial gurus. So first up, we have Janice Bowes. Janice, welcome to the show. Let everybody know, for those who don't know, who you are.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Janice Bowles. I am the founder and owner of B Premier Ventures, where we buy and beautify real estate. We buy it wholesale, renovate it, and flip for profit. So I've been in the real estate industry for over 2 decades now as an investor, and I just love what I do. Love being here with my girls tonight, Money Making Mondays. It's just a wonderful time, and we're just looking forward to just enlightening and having some conversation about money.
Yes. Thank you, Janice, a.k.a. Baller. She hates when I say that. So I say that to mess with her. But y'all, she's balling for real. And then next up, we have none other than Sacagawea Fanning, the financial expert. But I'll let her give an overview of who she is and tell you all a little bit about her.
Hey, my name is Sacagawea Fanning. I'm excited to be on the show with my ladies. I always love Money Making Mondays. I am the founder and CEO of Fanning Financial Group, LLC. I love helping people get onto the right financial path. It is never too early. It is never too late. So financial problems are always, as I say, temporary. You can get over it. Let's do it together. Let me lead you through. If you have apprehension, embarrassment, let that all go. New year, new you, new finances.
You got a new line. I love it. So next up, last but certainly not least, all the way from Baltimore, Maryland, no I'm playing, we have my girl, Shanae Robinson, all about the credit and bringing that score up. Shanae, let everybody know about you and what you do.
Hey guys, happy February, new month, like my co-host said, new month, new you, new money, new credit score. We're not playing. I am Shanae Robinson, the professional credit diva. And for me, diva means doing it very aggressively. So no matter what it is you want in life, you have to go after it. You have to get it because nobody's going to give it to you. And what I do is I assist focused individuals and business owners with achieving their goals and dreams through restoring, repairing, and rebuilding their credit score. Because although cash is king right now, credit is always power.
That's right. And I learned that from you, Shanae. So as you all know, this is kind of like, if you're on a diet, you have a cheat day. This is like my cheat day, right? Because they are the experts of this topic. But I have learned so much from them. So we're going to jump into the discussion. So we have 2 main topics. And the first one is Black money. And the second one is Black love. And you know that they both go together, right? So first up, we're going to talk about how far we have come financially, current administration initiatives, and also opportunities before us. And then we're going to go into Black love. And Shanae came up with a good concept and a good question of pretty much saying, would you date someone who doesn't have it all together financially in 2021? So my girl Janice brought up the song Scrub, so I was TLCing it all day today, listening to it and listening to the lyrics of that. So we're definitely going to have fun with that, but let's get into the topic. So Black money and all of the different aspects and where we've been and where we come. So can we start with you first, Sacagawea? In terms of like everything that has been going on, so we're so happy that we have our new administration in place, right? So yay to them. But like now, things are really beginning to happen, and now we are at the beginning where we will see things roll out, where we will be personally impacted. So now, all of the stuff has been done, all the orderly, the inauguration was cute, all of them was fly, but now what does it really mean for us? So just chime in from a financial standpoint. What is your state, what have you seen, and what advice do you have to our audience?
So what I'm seeing is like now with it being a Democratic majority in the Senate, House, and now also the White House. This is probably a point where they're going to have the most power, the most to get.
So you're breaking up on my end a little bit. So what we're going to do is I'm going to
to put together for COVID relief.
Sakajuwe, you're breaking up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on hold till that gets together, and I'm going to jump to Shanae. So Shanae, same concept, same question, same issues, but from a credit standpoint, right? So we all last year scared the I don't know what out of all of us, even some of the celebrities, where they talked about saving their money and not paying their bills and doing all these other things, right? And everybody was coming up with solutions of what you should do. And I kept on saying at the other end of it, we're going to get past this and the next year is going to come. So I don't know about that. So from a credit standpoint, the world know what has happened to the majority, and then there are others who were able to keep their job. But from a credit standpoint, what should we be doing? What should we be looking out for? And what's the projection of like interest rates going up or down at this point?
So that was definitely a great question. And what I am finding is that no matter what is happening, no matter, who is here, who's not here, the world still continues to turn. It's like the old soap opera, as the world turns. So your situation, although many of us have had the same situation, it's still your situation. It does not stop. Even when you are long gone, you're in some certain circumstances, your debt remains, and your heirs, your estate are still responsible for your debt. So no matter what, at the end of the day, whether you did the forbearance or, you didn't pay, you talked to your creditors, you still owe that debt. That debt is not erased, because just like we are, entrepreneurs or companies are in business to make money, that's what makes the world go around. So, we have the stimulus and, different things like that to help, because they understand that no matter what, the world still continues to turn. And with that being said, your bills are still due. So regardless if you're able to put it off for 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days without any penalty, it's just at the other end. It's still waiting for you at the other end. And as I have been saying since we've been going through this, if you have a situation where you can still pay your bills, then continue to do it, because you don't want it to be a situation where as though everything is done at one time. So what you currently owe, what you previously owed, you don't want to have to owe, that big lump sum. So you still want to continue business as normal as much as possible with your finances. So if that means cutting back and not enjoying some of the luxuries that you were afforded, before the pandemic, to make sure that you still have a roof over your head, right, food in your stomach, then that's what you need to do. It's kind of like, growing up and realizing, it's things that I have to do, things that I need to do, and things that I want to do. So you always have to do what you have to do.
Right.
And then with excellent credit, then there are things that you need to do that you can handle. And then ultimately the things that you want to do. But no matter what, at the end of the day, the world continues to turn. Your bills still, continue to accumulate and everything, because even if they allow you to not pay for a certain period of time, they're in business to make money. They're going to want their money.
Absolutely and exactly. So one of the things that you really like hit upon is your bills are still going to be due, right? So even if you went with all of the information and all of the suggestions that they were giving of holding off your bills and paying them later once everything was relieved, the thing with that I kept on saying, so I'm a big picture person, and yes, sometimes I'm over the top with my thinking, but with this one, I kept saying, okay, so if I hold off and take advantage of the opportunity of what they're allowing us to do and not pay my bills, and even if I had taken that money and put it somewhere in a savings, the amount of interest that it would have gained would not have been more than the amount that it adds onto my income, because your interest adds onto your income, which would end up being taxed at the end of the day. So I was like, the way my tax bracket worked, like this makes no sense at all to me. So you all will know they're the gurus, so I'm the one that's always testing all the theories and all the things around there, because I live real life. I ain't rich or any of that stuff, but it's that real life thing, and I was like, and that held true for me, because if someone is in a situation where they really have control over things, and they're not Amazon, like, hookers, they're not hooked on Amazon and all these things, and they really can maintain what they do, then I mean, okay, but that was like if you thought the world was going to end, or if somebody was re-elected president again, but all of the different things. So, Shanae, thank you so much for that information in terms of the credit, and everything that you have said along the way has rang true. So really telling the audience to make sure that you all listen to all of these financial experts. They charge for this, but on our show every once a month on Money Making Monday, they give this information away to you. So next up, like, can we go to Janice and then Sakajuwi? I see you playing double dutch over there, so we'll pull you back in. So Janice, so from the real estate in the investors world, you have been killing it. You have been killing it even this week or last. Every time we turn around, like the whole thing, and the fact that how you're showing us in the videos when you go to Florida or wherever you are going with your various properties, and you showing us as you go through the process, but you also share the ups and downs, because we know dirt costs a lot, even though we take it for granted when we're outside kicking it around, but then also things that can come up. So you have to make sure that you don't put, like, you're not in a situation where you're putting every last bit of your money or some of your bill money or something into an investment. That's not what it is. So you got to think smart as you're going along, because it's a risk. But when you come out big, you come out big. So can you share a little bit of information with us about what you see it looking like, and also your experience of riding it through the wave, and your most recent investments with an S?
Yeah. So, I'm really grateful. I am one that's not a big risk taker. I always stand by slow and steady wins the race, and I'll say that till the end. But I think with real estate and the economy and our projections for moving forward within 2021, the interest rates are like at an all-time low as far as buying power. And I feel like these interest rates are probably going to start creeping back up maybe mid-year. It's definitely a seller's market right now, which is really very surprising in my opinion. And it's definitely, our region, this particular region that we're in, DMV, with regards to real estate, was great all throughout the pandemic and still is. Homes here in the Northern Virginia area are, being put on the market, are not lasting, only a couple of days. Sellers are getting multiple offers. Bidding wars, all of that. And it's strongly because of, I feel, the interest rate, and that's driving the market. The same in Florida area, South Florida area, where I've done my latest investment. I was just totally shocked, again, because of the fact that this particular area, although the unemployment is a little high, again, the real estate is just fluctuating so much to the point where, you know, I received multiple offers even on my property, and I was just not expecting that at all. I think that I pray that what the majority did not do was this forbearance situation. And just like you talked about, Ladrine, as far as should we have taken advantage of the time frame of perhaps maybe what I call floating the money, you know, putting aside, not perhaps paying a mortgage, but the debt is just, it's still going to be there. It's a forbearance to me is just a temporary delay, because you're going to still have to pay. A lot of people probably could have been, because of the fact they're thinking that it's a pandemic, and because of the national crisis that we're under, that mortgage companies are basically going to be very forgiving in a sense as to when the forbearance is up, perhaps maybe put the money on the back end of their loans and start all over. That's not going to be the case. Again, mortgage companies are in to make money. I strongly feel that a lot of folks may have misinterpreted that whole forbearance situation. And when it comes time that the terms are up, those back payments are going to be due. And they're going to be due all 100% and not on the back end. Modifications will not be easily done. And I feel like a lot of folks are going to be forced into foreclosure had they kind of really not played that game and just maybe, you know, if you were able to, by all means, pay your mortgage, pay the mortgage, and not just play Russian roulette with the mortgage is what I say. Now, of course, we're going to have folks that, you know, they had them for certain circumstances and things of that nature. That's what that program was literally for.
Right.
But I feel like once this, you know, we get back to the, you know, as normal as possible, a lot of foreclosures are going to hit again, unfortunately. And that is something that, you know, could have been preventable, I feel, if education was really there and not so much taking chances, just in my opinion. But yeah, the market, the interest rates are still very low. If there's first-time buyers out there that's looking to buy or even getting into investing, this is definitely, I feel, the time to purchase now and hold. So, because the next, you know, I think real estate comes in cycles of, you know, definitely every 10 years as far as the market. Will the market crash like it did in 2008? I don't think that will ever happen again, but there's going to be a point where it's going to basically plateau, I feel, in a sense. So I would definitely advise folks to take advantage if they can to refinance, do that now, you know, you refinance, and also if they're able to purchase, this is definitely a great time to do it.
Yeah, very good information, very great information. And one thing about that is understand the important thing that we're saying, if you were in a position to pay your bills. And like
That's
Janice
right.
mentioned, we totally understand that there are some people who lost jobs or hours were cut back and you had to choose between eating or either paying a bill. So I get that. And also, one of the things that I wanted to mention was those stimulus checks. Like, I think some people utilize them in the wrong way, you know? And although the way that the media was portraying it was to a degree was to spend it so that you can put it back into the economy and so on and so forth, I get that. But again, y'all know me, big picture thinking and standing out about that, it was like, all that you can pay towards your bills, because the other thing that Janice mentioned, and you have to pay close attention to, is qualifications of things. When you have a salary and you have had a steady salary, you don't get the same view, and it's not the same as if somebody who has lost their job, no income, in terms of qualifying for various programs. In my opinion, and I'm not just saying it because I wasn't eligible for the stimulus, but in my opinion, the stimulus, when they gave it out like a flat blanket across the board, I didn't think that was right. I know it was complex to kind of like figure out, but people who were working, and I know like, you know, like some people make more than others, but the people who lost their jobs totally zero, I just felt like it should have been some type of proportionate or some type of way to come up with this scaling. And I'll leave that alone because we can go into deep with that. But the comments and the suggestions that the ladies give every week are always so helpful. And I'm so serious. Like for me, since being co-hosting with them for this show, I have learned a lot and I have saved a lot. So y'all make sure y'all get y'all notebooks specifically for this one. And always got to shout out my girl Zakia. She always comes with those comments, and she said postponing is only prolonging the inevitable. And that is so true. And then we also have Yolanda. I've been about the real life during the COVID and prepared prior to COVID. Shanae Robinson is real talk, excited to learn from the rest of our queens. And so it's just been a whole learning mechanism. So thank you, ladies, for always providing information that can really help us along. And also schooling everyone with all of the different activities and different things that you're doing, always on a Zoom or always on some type of informative process. So at the end of it, when we go around the room, if you have any upcoming events, please get those ready so that you can share with our audience. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick commercial break and come back on the flip side of things so we can talk about this whole Black love question, and we will spend the rest of the show on that. So take a quick break, go get you something to drink real quick, and come back, and we'll see you after the commercial.
Are you interested in real estate investing but not quite sure where to get started? Do you want to get the know-hows on creating ongoing passive income using the buy and hold strategy? Hi, I'm Janice Bowles, realtor and co-founder of B Premier Ventures, a real estate development and consulting firm where we buy and beautify distressed real estate, renovate it, and resell for profit. With over 15 years of investing experience, B Premier has extensive knowledge in rural land development, flips, and rental acquisitions. B Premier's current portfolio consists of properties within Florida and Virginia. Our firm's services includes investor project consulting, project management, and group coaching. For more information, visit our website at bpremierventures.com and schedule a complimentary discovery session or subscribe to our email list. It's free. Follow me on Instagram at Janice Bowles for additional real estate investing tips. B Premier Ventures, we buy and beautify.
Welcome back to the second half of the show. So thank you all so much for keeping up, for following us, and to just keep in contact with us. We have a couple changes that will be coming up. Our social media page and all our information will stay the same. However, I'm so excited. Next month, we're going to be moving to an earlier slot. So right now, we're 8:30 to 9:30. Don't leave me a lot of time to jump on and have after parties. But we are going to be moving to 7:30 p.m. on Mondays beginning next month. So I'll be posting that information and be sharing it, but make sure you make the adjustments to your appointments and your calendar reminders, okay? And make sure you continue to follow us. If you're not following us on social media, on all platforms, it is Let's Do It Talk Show. That's for IG, that's for Facebook, and also make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube page, Let's Do It Talk Show. Coming up, I have a couple of events, so just want to share a couple of the flyers with that. As I have been mentioning since December, I am actually partnering up with Latasha Briscoe. We're doing a book project, an anthology on grieving. And the first installation is grieving the loss of mothers. So as you all know, I lost my mom, and this is a part of my grieving process. So it is a total of 12 individuals who will be paying homage to their mothers and through the form of a book. And we have one more slot that is left. So if you're interested in that, please reach out to me. Next up, Seasons of Bloom. So I had the awesome opportunity to be one of the contributors to a year-long devotional. So if you're interested in buying that, you can grab that from my website, and you can purchase that. If you want it autographed, just send me a note, and then I'll autograph and make sure that gets out to you. And then last but not least, I will be one of the keynote speakers for I Am the Rose event, and that event will be held February the 22nd, and I'll make sure I put information, flyers and everything in the feed, and also follow my page if you're interested in joining that. So huge shout out to everybody who's joining us. Veronica Harlan, Minister Andre, Alethea, Yolanda, Gina, Felicia, Shamika, Tina. So thanks everyone. I said Felicia. Thanks everyone for joining us. And the other ones, if I'm not your friend, I can't see your name, or if you don't post, I can't see your name. But thank you all just as much for being on there. So the second half, we are going to talk about Black love, right? So with this whole topic, we just got finished talking about how difficult it was last year. 2020 was something else for everyone, whether it was from an emotional standpoint, but more so a lot of people from a financial standpoint, right? So how does that change the dynamics? That's what we want to talk about. So Shanae brought up a great question in terms of does someone have to be financially stable? And then Janice was like, yeah, remember the song Scrubs by TLC? And I was like, sure do. So that's what I rocked, and that's what I play all day today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with Sacagawea. And also, Sacagawea, before you give input in terms of your thought, can you go back and finish up like what information you had on the last topic, and then you can transition right on into this?
Yeah. Okay. So for, people, the financial aspect of what's happening with the new administration for people, the lady spoke about it already, totally agree with them. With the stimulus, they're trying to do a second round of stimulus to help people and everything like that. But I think people, like you said, people have to be aware of what that money is and what you can do with it. And everyone's situation is different. If you need to pay some bills, pay some bills. If you can save it, but do something that's going to be beneficial to you at the end of the day. And please don't take this the wrong way. Maybe that new purse or shoes may not help you, but do it in some way that is affecting like bills, savings, or something like that you want to see, like you can have like a visual, win of using that money correctly. Also, there's some attempt to try to increase the minimum wage up to $15 now, the federal minimum wage. I don't know if that'll go through though, but there are things happening like that. They're trying to do extensions. Again, Janice brought it up with the forbearances and evictions. They're trying to extend those another time period too, because they were putting some statistics. I think like 1 in every 4 or 5 people would be evicted if everything like kind of went into place at the end of the current period. So they're trying to extend that. The main thing, Shanae touched upon it. It's like pay your bills if you can. But what I've seen is a lot of people have been saying they saved a lot during COVID too, because they weren't going out, they weren't spending, they weren't going out to eat, they weren't shopping, they weren't going to the mall, going to movies. So some people like had a positive, financial outcome when it came to COVID because they kind of put that money away. Some people, unfortunately, they didn't go out or anything, but like you said, Ladrine, people lost hours, people were laid off and things of that nature. So it's all different situations, but like I always say, it's temporary. So always just try to see how you can plan yourself, put a budget together. This would be the perfect time. put a budget together for yourself of the things you need to pay and the things you would like to spend on, because you need to know where your money is, where it's going, and how it can better work for you. At the end of the day, your money should be working for you, not you just working for money. So we have to change that mindset, and we got to get people going in the new year in a new mindset. So transition over to the new topic.
And hold on before you go. So that was so good.
Oh.
My nails, the only time I got my nails done was for my mother's services, right?
Yeah.
I haven't got my nails done. I get my nails done faithfully every 2 weeks. Nails, feet, eyes arch, all of that. I haven't gotten that done. Like, I saved a whole lot of money for that. And unfortunately, I haven't been able to vacation. You know, I vacation 4 to 5 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
I save money from the vacationing, you know? So although like some of those things, they will recur, I will start them back up once it, you know, everything starts up. But teleworking from home, saving on gas, saving on so many different things.
I was on really parking.
Able to.
Don't have to go downtown DC. What?
So I just wanted to point out that point that for those who were, you know, kept their job and different things like that, or either cut back in the hours, you still were able to make some very positive outlets with that. So yeah, I looked at my nails and was like, okay, I know I have a show, but everybody understands this is that COVID type thing, right? So very good points. Oh, and also hello to Tara Porter Thomas and Patricia Nelson Bryant. All right, so now you can go ahead and transition.
Oh, okay. So with Shanae's question about would you be in a relationship with someone who isn't doing well during COVID financially?
Right.
Well, see, I'm a nice person, so I always try to be, the devil's advocate of saying, because I know Janet's like, no scrubs. I'm like, I don't know, man. Come on, man. Because, people fall on hard times. Everyone does. So to me, it's not so much, how they're standing financially. It's how they're standing in character. Are they a good person? Have they, before the financial times, were they trying to do good? Do they have that sense of having a good heart, a good spirit and everything? Because, finances is like just one layer of things, even though it's a huge layer. Right. It's just, you want to make sure people are also trying to get to know a person. So instead of going to a fancy restaurant, trying to go to Ruth's Chris or something like that, maybe, do a at-home date if you can, COVID safe, don't be trying to catch COVID and stuff too. But, inventive ways, like going to a park, doing a little picnic, that's saving money and everything like that. So, but if the person has a habitual, situation of always messing up financially and not really learning, because that's another thing. So you want to make sure the person is growing. Maybe it was a temporary setback and they're growing from it and they're doing better. But if it's something that's over and over and over, like, a broken record, just going through that loop, you may want to reevaluate that situation. I'm just saying.
Okay.
But suppose he's cute though.
Okay. Now see, that's not right. You got some people who are not so cute, but they're good people.
Jesus.
Listen. You know what? You just a romantic.
Right.
I didn't realize that. Picnic in the park. Okay. I totally agree with everything you have to say, but
yeah, I knew you were gonna do that.
But you're absolutely right. On a serious note, I just thought of the TLC songs. I just love that song. It just came to me as soon as we got the topic. But in all seriousness, you're absolutely right. It's definitely the character. I totally agree with you with regards to that. You definitely don't want to come across anybody who's trying to do some, PPP scams or anything like that, and then they got a whole heap of money. Now, those are kind of screwed up.
That's been in the news. Yeah.
We want to stay away from them. All of a sudden they wearing these nice watches and, nice cars. All of a sudden they just got, something. That's a red flag. But definitely, a person, you want to grow with someone, and I totally agree with you. Just to be really authentic. and transparent, I had bad credit. I had repossessions on my credit when my husband met me. Okay, totally embarrassed. He was the one with everything just perfect, and where I came from, I'm like, oh my goodness, wow, he has this, and he's only this age, and I didn't think I could connect with someone, to be honest with you, with that magnitude. So I learned a lot from him, but I was a hard worker. Made some mistakes in my younger days, trying to really help others in the process, and I got damaged, but I was always a hard worker, had great work ethics. I think he saw that in me, and I was a visionary with him. So we worked together, and I think that's key. So finding someone that you can work together with and to be an enhancement. So, yeah.
I'm going to go last because I'm trying. Go ahead, Sinead.
But I think the important word is, I just want to say, is growth, right? So it's not even like us being entrepreneurs. It's not when you start, because where you start is not where you have to stay. So, you know what I'm saying? To a degree, it's not the situation that they're currently in, but what are they looking for? What are they, growing? They're not stagnant and happy being in that place. And, they want to get out and they learn from the situation, or even learn from the stronger person in the relationship, that can help them. And, they have, eyes to see, ears to hear. They're not closed-minded or closed off. Because if they're not, then that they could weigh you down. You know what I'm saying? So as long as it's somebody that's willing, to work with you, and accept the process and accept the help and the knowledge and the information, then, and if he cute and he loved Jesus, no, I'm just kidding.
I knew you.
Of course.
There's a little cute part on there. Loving Jesus, I got you. So I wrote down my answer, right? I printed out my answer, I should say. And my answer is...
Oh, okay.
She got a...
And y'all know I normally go no script, right? But here we go. A scrub is a guy that thinks he's fly, and he's also known as a buster. Always talking about what he wants and just sits on his throat. So... no, I don't want your number. No, I don't want to give you mine. No, I don't want to meet you nowhere, not the park, like Sasha Weir said. No, I don't want none of your time. No, I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging on the side. So y'all know the rest, right? Y'all know the rest. So in all seriousness, though, it's how, let me just break down the question, because I may have viewed it in a different aspect. It's two ways that you can look at this, right? We all know COVID-19 brought about some things that were very unexpected across the world, right? Yeah. And financially was very, very, very severe. Right? We know people lost their lives, but we know finances, and that brought about a whole lot of different situations. It was unprecedented, right? But here's the thing. What was the behavior before COVID-19? If you were a scrub or a bum before COVID-19, and you don't get no pass because COVID-19 happened. Yeah. So it depends on how you look at it. Character. COVID-19 should not have adjusted your character. Your character is who you are, right? You loving on Jesus. You should be loving on Jesus even more, but you should have been loving on Jesus before. But I say all this to say, in all due respect, I understand what people have gone through COVID, and my family members, some of my family members have gone through it, my close family members, and I thank God that I didn't, and that I was able to help some people more than I normally do. But my thing is this, is really holding people accountable, because a scrub can be a dude as well as a female, right? So it's all in trying to figure out how you all can work through something together. I am about giving people opportunities and giving people chances. You can say what you want to say about me about this, and maybe this is an area that I need to grow in, and maybe it's causing me not to find love this time around. But my thing is that coming up, I have worked very hard, and working hard, I do not spend all of my money. Like, I don't splurge out on everything. I've been making a good amount of money where if it was like going with how much you make or doing that, I never was that way. So I was saver. And of course I had ups and downs where I had to do this with my savings, different things like that. But if you are unbalanced with someone and their mindset is on a different thing, like having a partner where they don't make as much as you, but they spend more than you and they like more than you, that's not going to work. So, granted, everything that you all said, giving somebody a pass if they fail on hard times, not if they were on hard times pre-COVID-19. And that's me, and that's just my opinion and how I feel about these things. And Janice, and I understand your situation in terms of what you was talking about, how you explained what happened between you and Thomas and how you were when he first met you. But it was also like maturity and age of things. Mm-hmm. So I don't expect or hold accountable for a 50-year-old. I'm 49. I'm about to be 50. So what I would have accepted from a 20-year-old, even a 30-year-old, I don't know about the 40, but even like those type of things, I'm 50. I'm about to be 50. And no, that's not going, it's just not going to work for me at this time. As the kid said, as long as it's good, positive growth, because weeds grow and flourish, and sometimes beautiful, cute, but they are worthless. And Zakir also had another comment. What are they working towards? So this is like in the middle. Potential can still be there in COVID. And then her other comment was they should get a pass if they fail on hard times during COVID, but are they grinding to get back? So yeah, correct. So all of those different things, and finding someone you are as close to equally yoked. And I was actually going to say like equally yoked from that standpoint. And we just have to understand, because I feel like I'm at I don't know, probably got a little bit more growing to do. But, so, I mean, transparent, I was married 27 years. But the time, like, the last couple years of really growing and understanding and being by myself and learning these things, there's some things that you're willing to accept and some things that you're not. And it's a price you pay for love. And it's that type of situation. And maybe it's the phase that I'm in right now. You know what I mean? But I'm happy. If any slip-ups happen that I caused them, then I can deal with my mistake. If it's anything that I want to grow towards or whatever, then it's me, doing that. And I'm not saying that it was all one-sided or just because I make more money. I'm not saying that. But you can't spend like at a level that you're not making. And if we have an agreement where this is a household and then you messing with the household, like, I cannot do that. So that's my spiel. And TLC was like the perfect way for me to start that thing off. And unless you all have some more comments, the other thing I wanted to talk about was just in general. So as we tied these things in, the topic of the show was For the Love of Money, right? So when you look at this from a standpoint, and we can go to the OJ song. I was on my lyrics thing. We can go to the OJ song. But one of the things that was like very controversial was the Monique and the Steve Harvey situation. Do y'all remember that? Like back in the day where Monique and Steve Harvey got into a huge disagreement, although they were like really close friends, huge disagreement about their take on money. And just to give you a quick, brief overview, Steve Harvey was like, sometimes, you know, in this world of business or whatever you're doing, to make your money and to keep your money, you got to do some things and you got to say some things that are against your character. And you just got to like do it just to get through. You got to keep your mouth shut. Monique was like, not me. I will not be disrespected. I will not let anybody go behind closed doors and act like they have my back. But then when we get out in front of other people, they are dissing me and leaving me by myself and making me look like I'm crazy and like I'm the one disrespectful. I don't care how big and how powerful their names are. So I wanted to talk about that for a minute, because that's like For the Love of Money. And I'm going to start with my quick take. I got it on paper again. Listen to me. Why y'all do bad things with it? You want to do good things with it. Talk about cash money. Talk about cash money. For the love of money, people will steal from their mother. For the love of money, people will rob their own brother. For the love of money, people can't even walk the street because they never know who in the world they're going to meet for that mean, green, almighty dollar money. So I'm going to start right there. But that song is a serious thing when you start going down and understanding that people have robbed from their mother. And y'all remember Gator? Y'all remember Gator from, what's my movie with Wesley Snipes? Spike Lee movie. Y'all remember the movie?
I don't remember that.
Jungle Fever. Yeah. But anyway.
Okay.
So y'all take on the Steve Harvey and Monique situation of the take. For me, it was like Steve Harvey, even though he has money, he's doing the daggone thing with the money. It was like he'll sell his soul to keep that status for him and his children. And Monique not doing all that great. But, like, I had mad respect for her. Except when she said what they could do. But all that other stuff. So what are your takes? What are your takes? What do you feel about this? So, Janice, I know, like, you remember, like, the situation. So what's your thoughts?
See, I beg to differ. I think that Monique could have handled her situation a little differently, just a little differently. I mean, she put too much, in my opinion, her emotions in because of the fact of, you know, she was not feeling like she was getting rightfully compensated. And I totally understand that. I think that with her expressing that was fine, but for her to bring in the Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, because of the fact that they probably agreed with her, I don't know, but they were not as voiceful as her, she took offense to that. And I think Steve was trying to, because I went back and I looked at some of the, you know, one the episode in particular where he was on his talk show, they were talking, he and Monique. And I kind of feel, I lean towards Steve. He said something that stuck with me, basically, whereas we can't cure darkness with darkness. And I like that he said that, because to me, it's like, okay, Monique, I agree with you in all aspects of what happened. It was just the way that you handle it. And we can't be against each other as Black folks in positions of power. We got to stand together in those positions of power. So if she would have perhaps, you know, took her emotions from the standpoint of going after them because they were not as boisterous verbally with the situation, then I think collectively, when you get powerful Black people together, more can be accomplished, and it's in all how you handle it. And I think that she just was a little too emotional, in my opinion.
Absolutely. But did you see part one? Like, you are explaining part two perfectly. And I agree. Everything that you said, I agree with you. for part 2 when they made up. Did you see part 1?
I didn't pull up. I thought what I saw was,
Part
I
one.
know it was a part 1 and a part 2. I thought what
Okay.
I pulled up was the whole actual conversation. I know that she had some issues, with the Netflix scenario and things of that nature, and how she felt that they didn't, support her, in that regards. But what I saw, in my opinion, I felt like, it was just her emotions were too much into play. And I agree with Steve, it's the way that we handle and what we say. Because let's be clear, we always got to be 2 steps ahead of the game,
Right.
in everything that we do.
I
Let's
agree
just-
with you
sincerely
for part
Got to
2.
be strategically eloquent
Yeah.
in how we move, but move very aggressively.
I agree with you wholeheartedly for part 2. So, of course, we're going to bring this topic back up, and we're going to have it like to be the
part
show.
1. What I missed.
So that you can go through like the both parts. So the first piece of it was a telephone conversation that they had, and then so I agree with you in terms of it, under no circumstances at all. I know people get upset, but whenever people lose self-control, they lose. It doesn't,
Yeah.
You can be right, you can be whatever. So I agree with you, and that's why I was saying the part when she said, because where it like shifted, she ended up getting booked for a comedy show. And in her comedy show, that's when she was saying that Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, and Lee Daniels can da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? So that was crazy for me. I was like, oh my God, she said that. And then her comeback, which wasn't a good comeback at all, was like, I'm a comedian. That's what I do. And then that's when Steve was like, hold on, you don't do that. But that first part, I sincerely feel like they left her out there. And I'm from experience, like I've been with senior leaderships and had conversations. And when it was time to go to the higher people, and I look back, I was like, remember what we said when we had that meeting and nobody said anything. So I know how she felt in that situation. And I totally agree with you for the second part, but let's have a conversation and look at the first part. Steve came back and cleaned it up.
With what you said with regards to your own personal experience and how you were with the huddle in a sense. Okay, this is what's going on. This is what we're talking about. But then you thinking that they're gonna have your back or support you when you go to the higher ups and they were nowhere to be found. How did you handle that? You didn't call them out in a sense. You handled yourself in an aggressive, state of manner, but you kept it, you kept it professional.
And that's the part where I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
And that's where I said, no matter what happens, I look back and I was like, y'all don't remember what we said, even though all of us was in the same meeting, they didn't say anything. And yes, they totally put me out there. I did not say anything to them in the meeting. I went back to them one-on-one, was like, we had a discuss, you know what I mean? I didn't do that, but that was me maintaining my self-control. And that's what I say. I totally agree with you in terms of that. At that point, when Monique did that stand-up, that's where I was like, ooh, like, So then it went to them agreeing to meet up again. And that's when Steve switched up a little bit. You guys see? So the second part was good. His publicist or whomever, helped him. But the first part, he was real straight up, caught off guard, and he said what he said. And then that second part, I definitely agree with you in terms of, I definitely agree with you in terms of Monique. Shanae, I didn't hear you say anything.
I'm just listening, because it's a touchy situation. I like to give a shout out to Monique, my girl from Be More. But anyway,
that's how y'all roll. So I can play.
But I mean, it is emotional. That is her livelihood and everything else. So things are going to be kind of heated and everything. Whereas though I thought we were a family, like you said, and solidarity. and were agreeing with me when we were on the phone behind closed doors, and but then when time came forward, it's like, yeah, no, I can't. Like, if that was me in that situation, I'm gonna go off. If that's me and my girlfriend, I'm gonna go off because you just said such and such and such and such and such and such. But now you're not saying this, or whatever. And I want to say, when he was caught off guard, those were his true feelings.
Exactly.
The second time, that was created because of, and at the end of the day, he's streaming online, right? And Kelly Clarkson got his time slot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
in the first part, was that the part when he was talking about, she was saying like her family was suffering and crumbling, and that he said he would do what he need to do to make sure his family doesn't crumble?
Yes.
Because that's the part I saw. And that was the same part that I saw with what Janice was saying. So I saw all of it, but they labeled it part one.
Oh, so they put the two together? They were totally different. You could tell the difference in the two.
At first, because she was like, they were all cordial. And then they started talking about the situation, and they got to the Netflix. No, she brought up how he went on the radio and said, like, she had burned so many bridges, it was not, he couldn't help her. And then she was like, I was hurt by that because I wish you would have called me privately to have a conversation before you went on the radio to say that. Now that I can get, like, she's right. Like, if I have a situation, me and a real close friend who I consider family, we have a disagreement, or we don't look at something eye to eye, I'm gonna come to you. I'm not gonna go and blast our business, just to make some ratings or to get some clout or whatever. That's not cool. But then they got into talking about the situation with Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Lee Daniels, and she was like, they were agreeing with me. But what I picked up on it is like Janice was saying, I think they agreed with her, but I think they didn't expect her to go in attack mode with it, because she thought, oh, look at these three powerful people behind me, I'm gonna go like no holds barred, and maybe it was the way she presented herself that was the issue. They agreed, but even though how you got friends and family like that who will go crazy on something, but you still kind of back them up because they family and everything. But do you at the end of the day, you pull them aside and say, hey, I'm with you, but man, it's a different way of how you can handle that situation. I got you. I'm gonna be with you regardless.
Exactly. So don't get me wrong. I don't think that if the tree is falling and you're standing under it and the tree is falling, if I can save you and grab you, I grab you. But I don't think we just stand there and be like, okay, the tree fall under. So it's a different, you know what I'm saying? It's a different aspect from that. But we are going to, let's do this. Because I don't know whether they put them all together now or what have you.
Yeah, I think they put them all together, and one of them they call part one, but to me, it was the whole thing, because at the end, she got real quiet. It was like because he was like, I wasn't, I'm not gonna because he said it like this, which I saw what he was saying. He's like, I'm not gonna let me trying to make a stand or be on the right hurt who I love. Because I think, because our whole community, our Black community has different trains of thoughts. And for some, it's like, I'm gonna sacrifice who I am to protect my family. Or it's gonna be, I gotta do what I need to do because I know it's right, even though it may hurt people who I know. So I think he went with I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to protect my family. And that may be his way, and that's something he's gonna have to, live with and atone for. But I can't knock either one of them for how they did, because for me, at the end of the day, it's coming from some other place.
Right.
Like how he's attacking it or how he's attacking it is something else underlying. Where
I look at it like some people are going to look at it.
Let me do this because we're a little bit over time. So I'm going to let all of you do a final closeout, but let's make it succinct and then also provide your
I'm sorry.
huh?
I'm sorry. sorry. We went over time.
Oh, no. It's all good because the conversation is good. We will definitely have another show about this where we can make sure that we're looking at all of it in totality in the same thing.
That'll be our part too. That's our part
yes.
too.
So can we go ahead, Sakajuwe, let's let you finish up your comment and close it out, and then provide your fees, and so that we can go around succinctly because we're over.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, no, I was done with that. I'm ready. I can wait till part 2. But yeah, I just really enjoyed our conversation and everything. I always love coming on Money Making Mondays because we always have good conversation, and it's just like we all click. So it's always, I love our environment and our atmosphere because we can have different opinions and insights, but we love and respect each other enough that we're going to listen to each other and respect what we're saying. So I always love that. So I just wanted to say that. But if people want to get in contact with me, Sakajuwe Fanning on Facebook and Fanning Financial Group on Facebook. I'm Sakajuwe Fanning on Instagram. So, and I'm also on Clubhouse. I did that. So
awesome,
I'm on Clubhouse.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Do you have an upcoming event?
No, I don't, because I am working on some certifications for my business. So homegirl, a sister got to study because I'm trying to get some certifications going, and they're not easy. So I kind of took a little time to do this because I have another major project in the works.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you. So can we go to you next, Janice?
As always, I just love being with you guys. I just can't wait to hug you guys personally. Can't wait. Quickly, 2020, vulnerability. That's the word I want to use. 2020 definitely showed us that we definitely have to prepare for future risk.
Yeah.
We definitely got to prepare. Tomorrow's not promised. We have to prepare our finances for unexpectancy. We've got to prepare for when our time comes with regards to insurance and adequate insurance for our loved ones. We just have to prepare, and continue to prepare. So, everyone stay safe. God bless everyone. Hope everyone's household is just, going to be a continued prosperous moment for 2021. You can reach me, Janice Bowles, on Instagram, Janice Bowles on Facebook. My business is B Premier Ventures. If you're interested in learning anything about investing, get in contact with me. I'll put my information in the feed. You can have a free consultation. I'll try to share as much insight as I possibly can, but just stay safe, everyone.
Thank you. And last but certainly not least, Shanae from Baltimore, represent Monique Circumplay.
I'm gonna say I definitely love Money Making Mondays. I love my Money Making Mamas, and I look forward to the second Monday of every single month. And you put me behind Deaconess Janice Bowles. I just want to say God bless everybody. But I can definitely be reached on across Facebook, across all social media at Professional Credit Diva. I offer a 30-minute complimentary consultation. You can definitely reach out to me at 443-973-7555. Text your first name and the words complimentary consultation, and I will send you a scheduling link. We'll go over your full FICO 8 credit score, your 3 credit reports in depth, and we can come up with a game plan. You may not even need my services. You may just need a little bit of information and a little bit of guidance to help you achieve that 750 or higher credit score.
Thank you so much. And you ladies, if you can put your information in the feed, that would be great. And me, I'm Ladrine Howard Peterson on Facebook, and Do It Delivers on Instagram. Anything HR, you're looking to start a business, holler at your girl. So thank you all so much. I've really enjoyed the show. I really enjoyed all of your comments and all of your engagements. Money Making Monday is nothing but the truth. Again, I have learned so much. Like Janice said, make sure that you're preparing and that you're planning. You do not know what tomorrow is going to bring. Next up, our our topic is Married to the Game. So all this month, we're going to be talking about Black History, African American History Month, and also it's February. It's the love month, right? So we're going to be intertwining these topics. So next week is like the women versus the men, or however we end up getting the feed. If you're interested, please make sure that you send me an inbox message letting me know that you want to be in the Zoom room. And it's basically about how your spouse takes you in terms of your goals, your desires to start a business, or you winning in the game, and those type of different things, and how that impacts you. So looking forward to that. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. Thank you again. And remember, like next month, we're going to be coming on an hour earlier. So I'm going to keep on saying that. Make sure that we have flyers so that we can post on our page as well. So thank you so much to everyone who joined in. And guess what? We'll see you all next week.